In this Minecraft civilization experiment, 4 teams are split up into 4 different islands, each overran with dangerous SCPs, ruled by the SCP Overlord, guarding the only escape from this wasteland. In this experiment, there will be war, betrayals, peace, and lots of, interesting moments. Will these players be able to escape from the SCP Islands, or die trying? Welcome to the 100-player SCP Island experiment. If you want to join in on future events, make sure to join the Discord server, link in the description. Also, lastly, consider subscribing if you enjoy this video. Anyways, on to the experiment. The first team to be released was the Bear Trap Insurgency. They immediately decided to gather any guns and ammo from the nearby fallen soldiers, as well as an abandoned camp nearby.
Oh, you bastard.
They soon got stuck with shotguns, rifles, and pistols. Soon after, a group of 5 split off from the main team to gather some resources.
Steaks, so I'm good. Don't ignore it.
Yes.
Oh, is this it?
They spotted a nearby structure. However, there was a group of SCPs guarding it.
Don't get close to the black stuff.
They soon closed in on these 2, and they had no idea. This was bad. The second team to be released was the Rock Eaters. When they were released, the entire team looted literally everything from the abandoned treehouse.
Move! 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 I need guns! I need guns!
And the house nearby, giving the Rock Eaters lots of guns and supplies. The third team to be released was the Plains vs. Plains.
Marine Corps! Break the tree!
Anyways, they first went on to deforesting their entire island, and then went to go loot the abandoned military base, where they could get completely stocked up. This would be essential if they wanted to survive this SCP-infested wasteland. Oh, and also this person got robbed at gunpoint for all their guns. Man, I have a lot of high hopes for this team. The last team to be released was a Sand Eaters Extreme. Now, they had a somewhat different course of action. They looted everything in the nearby sandcastle, and then over to gather some teammates from the nearby house, and try to make it over to a nearby lab. Now, this lab was overran by SCPs. However, it had a lot of good loot and a lot of iron, meaning it could give this team a huge advantage if they do this right. So they had to be careful.
Gun. I need ammo now, haha.
Back over on the Bear Trap Insurgency, the SCPs were closing in fast, and they had no idea, but they wanted this loot. Then the SCPs snuck up behind them and released a large black cloud, instantly killing one of them. Now they knew that these SCPs were none to be messed with. This was going to be a little bit more challenging than they thought. The people that were still alive in the group found an abandoned lab that could potentially hold a lot of great loot. However, what was lurking inside was something terrifying. Another one dead, just like that.
Block this off, block this off, block this off now.
Get out of there, no, don't shoot it! Don't shoot that thing in there, it kills you if you attack it. Get away from it, get away from it.
They soon decided that looting this entire lab was probably not worth it. They couldn't really risk it, so they decided to leave and head back to the base. Now the Rock Eaters, on the other hand, were a little bit random, I would say. Some were mining and being useful to the team, and others were doing this. Oh, my time. Oh, also, I decided to take a random drug that I had no idea what it was.
Hey, Gloom, you want to eat it?
Yes.
You can only find out if you try.
You got it.
Oh, I'll eat drugs. Wait, it doesn't kill you, right? I took drugs. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah,
It was so worth it.
That's not typically you'd hear anyone say. Oh yeah, I took drugs.
Now, it seemed like this team was a lot more prepared than our team, because after they looted the entire military structure, they started making a base on an island completely secluded from any other SCPs. It quickly turned night, and SCP-008, the zombie SCP virus, was released. These teams would have to be extremely careful. While the rest of their team was focused on making a secure base, one player decided to do some scouting around with a plane, so they decided to fly over to desert to do some surveillance to hopefully find where the Sand Eaters base was.
Oh, whoa.
He finally arrived, but luckily no one spotted him due to it being night. So with the coordinates of the Sand Eaters base, he went back home to spread the information. A group of 2 wanted to do a quick surveillance around the island, just to make sure there was no unwanted SCPs around, and also understand just how big this island was.
I got a good 30 bullets with a man named Scooter.
Good decision.
After they were done, they rushed back to the base to defend any of the creatures nearby. It seemed like this team had it pretty under control. They were very coordinated and only had about 2 deaths overall. The Bear Trap Insurgency may actually survive this SCP Apocalypse. Now the Rock Eaters team seemed to be quite separated. I and a few others were still at the main treehouse base thingy, taking this experiment not seriously at all. You shot the dog. He shot your dog. And then some were mining and becoming more powerful, and the rest set up a base of operations underground. It seemed like this was the best plan to build a base that was unreachable by the SCPs. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I am so surprised with how coordinated this team is. They already had a mining tunnel, a farm, some walls, a main base, and also an airstrip being built. It was day 2 of this experiment. There has already been countless deaths, and the SCPs were still hunting players on each island. These teams would have to be extremely careful if they wanted to survive. When the scout made it back to the base, it seemed like the team was expanding on the airstrip, and also way too many signs that were for some reason half in French. And I think the reason for this is their leader by the name of Scutero was French, so hopefully none of these say something that I get cancelled for. Now I've finally decided to head out of the treehouse that I have been in for a day, doing literally nothing besides dancing on a pole for free stuff. I decided to force 2 people to be my bodyguards as I try to make my way to the main base that was being built. This would be the best chance for me to stay alive. However, getting there proved to be quite a challenge. Just save?
Don't look at it.
No, just back away from it, back away from it.
What is this?
Don't. Do not. This is why we can't be out here. Look at that thing. We gotta go.
Oh, howdy.
Hello.
It was actually past.
Look
It was
behind you.
actually
Look
tamed.
behind you.
Oh,
It's been watching us the whole time. It was approaching night, and we ran into a small cult by the name of the Can Clan, and they offered for us to stay in the Can Cottage. Being we had no other choice, we went to go stay with this weird cult. I don't quite know if we can trust them. Hello.
Hey Gloomless, I'm creating an off group again. Don't worry, this one won't
We're
be
not
like
gonna
last
be
time.
late.
As long as you
Fine.
don't kill me this time.
Okay. I'm backing
All
up.
right.
Well, other than literally pulling a loaded shotgun on me, they seemed quite friendly. So we decided it would be safe to spend the night in the Can Cottage. Overall, the team suffered major casualties, so everyone just wanted to play it safe and spend the night inside, waiting for day 3 to come. All teams seemed to have things pretty well set up. However, some teams had blood on their minds. They didn't want to just survive from the SCPs, but eliminate all the other players. This team decided to make a command outpost with all the locations and informations of the other teams, including the exact location of the Sand Eaters base. This team wanted to gather as much information from the other teams as possible, so they had a group of pilots to seek out the other teams' bases and players to bring back information. It was now day, we needed to make it to the Rock Eaters base, so we said our goodbyes to the Can Clan and ventured through the SCP-infested wasteland. This was going to be very dangerous, so we had to be extremely careful.
No.
We eventually grouped up with a teammate that was for some reason stuck in a tree, and since I am the best Minecraft player ever, I decided to save them.
I've been stuck in a tree. Where are you?
We're gonna save you.
Come towards us.
I'm here. Hello.
We saved you.
I've been saved.
Once we saved them, they said they knew where the base was, so we decided to follow them.
Wait, where? Okay, I think I'm lost again, but I'm with you guys now.
Yeah, when the guide says they're lost, that is a really bad sign. We eventually found it. This place was okay. I mean, I don't really like living underground, but it was safe nonetheless. Over on the Bear Trap Insurgency, something very bad from the lab escaped.
Child in the iron bunker that instantly kills you when you hit it. Escaped. It's gone. It's just running around in the woods.
It's gone. What?
Oh.
What? What?
So yeah, you know the little child that was in the SCP lab that instantly kills you? Well, it escaped the lab and was somewhere on the island. So they sent out a battalion to try and find this little child, but they found something just as terrifying.
Yeah, that's just Alex from Minecraft. You wanna... That's a skinwalker! Run!
Yeah, no, what is that thing? That is so scary. What is that? Back over on the Rock Eaters, we decided to be productive and do some boat jousting. Man, this is so intense.
3, 2, 1, bounce.
It's so fast-paced.
I win.
Oh, and we also decided to try and trap an iron golem in iron bars while our teammates were literally risking their lives defending the base.
Oh, you.
When they got their team under control, some players decided to grab a helicopter and make their way over to the Rock Eaters Island to potentially shed some blood. It was day 4, and almost half the population was wiped out due to the SCPs, and much more were destined to fall. Things for these players were going to get much worse. All things were quiet on the Rock Eaters Island until these players arrived with their helicopters. And well, they came across the Can Cottage. This was not good. The Can clan had no idea they were being watched. Soon one of the Can clan members were assassinated.
Are you good?
This was bad, and we knew we were under attack, so we prepared. We did not know how many members were on our island, so we had to be careful. Oh no.
Becoming friends
Oh, they're on the island.
Alright, lads, get ready for war.
Now, while all this murder was happening, these guys were doing quite well. They got some walls up around their base. It seemed like they also finished the airstrip. Things were looking up for this team. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. The Sand Eaters Extreme didn't really do much today. They were mostly focused on getting supplies and building up their base. They didn't really have anyone that tried to raid their base, so overall it was pretty safe. Now back over on the Bear Trap Insurgency, they decided to make their base just a little bit more protective by using some of their iron on some bear traps to surround the base. Now, there is a reason why I absolutely despise bear traps. Alright, so in the first experiment I've done, in the first 5 minutes, I died to one of these things, and ever since, everyone has been making fun of me for that. So I will make it my goal to not die to one of those stupid things again. Now, because there were people from the Bear Trap Insurgency on our island, we needed to make some extra precautions just in case if anyone tried to attack. So a secret escape tunnel was made, and a couple more things were made as well to increase our odds of survival. People were dying fast, and the thirst of blood on teams grew. Will they bring each other to the grave before they escape? Over on the Plains vs. Plains team, a tragic event happened.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, I heard that. Wait, hey, did he commit suicide?
Yeah, this guy couldn't handle living on the SCP-infested wasteland any longer, and jumped to end it all. They needed to escape this wasteland fast, or more would follow. After that tragic event, a player decided to make an escape route, just in case another team tried to attack. There was no signs of the players that murdered one of the Can clan members. However, the player that was with the one that got murdered had some information.
What happened to Skywalker?
He got murked by 2 people in a helicopter.
Oh, the helicopter.
They have helicopters?
Oh, helicopter, yeah, look up. So these players were in helicopters, meaning it was a lot harder to spot them. This added a whole new problem. Now, while all this chaos was going down at the Rock Eaters base, the Bear Trap Insurgency team decided to head over to the Plains vs. Plains fort and try to make a secret alliance that no one would know about. This would give them a huge advantage, so they sent out 2 of their most fierce warriors to make the long and dangerous journey over to the well-protected fort. Now, while Plains vs. Plains was focusing on fortifying their base, and Bear Trap Insurgency was trying to make an alliance with them, over on the Sand Eaters Extreme team, it seemed like they were making as much ammo, guns, and bulletproof vests as possible. They decided that they didn't want to be defensive anymore. They wanted to leave one person behind to look over the base, while the rest of the team went to go on a murdering spree to get loot from everyone else. So they headed out to the middle island, where all the SCPs and loot was. It was turning night, and we stupidly decided to go scavenging.
Boys,
That
what's
thing
going
is
on
not
over
friendly.
here? Run. Run.
Back off, back
Go to
off.
base.
Oh.
Run.
Oh, run.
I need to eat! No! I did not prepare
Nah,
for
bro,
this.
this
It's
night
night.
people things are gonna be
Oh,
here too.
yeah,
I'm
we
getting
gotta
out
go.
here.
We gotta
Let's
go. Yeah, this was not a good idea in the slightest. When arriving back home, we discovered that a group of our teammates apparently decided to go on a tropical vacation or something, and then the other half, they called themselves the Forsaken Souls. They decided to venture to the middle island to gather as much loot as possible. These two players finally came across the Planes vs. Planes base. They had to be cautious, because they were uninvited. Anything could happen.
Be very, very chill, okay? Yo! Yo, what's happening? Can you let me in?
No, we're friendly with you, so we won't attack you, you won't attack us.
So it seemed like these two made an alliance that no one else knew about, meaning they could use the information Planes vs. Planes had to start wiping out teams. And the first team on their mind was the Sand Eaters Extreme. It was day 6. Teams were starting to look for alliances due to the amount of people being killed. Maybe combining teams may just be the answer to surviving this SCP wasteland. Anyways, back where the Forsaken Souls were, they finally arrived at the SCP island. So they went to looting.
Snowboard glasses and a wrench.
No crabs. Crabby boys. Ow.
The Forsaken Souls finally exited the island, as they did not want to risk their lives. While on the way around the Planes vs. Planes island, scavenging for loot, this person ran into a little bit of trouble.
Hey.
This was very bad. They ran into the entire Forsaken Souls team that was looting the middle island. If this player wanted to survive, they had to act like they were not alliance with Planes vs. Planes.
I was looking for a plane space.
Why is that?
Let's say I have a bit of a friend that make contact with. Please don't point the guns at me.
Then a plane flew over the situation.
Oh wait, that's green, oh shit.
This was most likely a scout heading back to the Planes vs. Planes base. This was not good, as this group now knew where the base was. So they rushed back and wanted to stay inside.
Scooter, oh please! They're coming.
Number. Give me a number.
There's like a squad of them.
It seemed to work. Now this player had some refuge. But the most important thing of them all, he now had their coordinates that were written on the wall. This was vital information. Their onslaught was about to commence. Now that they had the exact location of the Sand Eaters base, they sent a battalion out to eliminate them.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah, I have a gun out.
Let's go.
I'll protect you.
Now the Forsaken Souls decided to back off from the base, knowing it was way too fortified, and there was way too many players to do any damage. So they headed to the closest island and took refuge there for the night. Back over where I was still wondering where everyone was, until I got kidnapped and brought over to the island. This place was so much better than the hole we were in before, so I stayed there for the time being. It was day 7. Players were running low, and SCPs were growing stronger. If these teams don't figure out something fast, they may never escape. Well, today, while on the island, something tragic happened.
Type 2521 into the chat. You get free diamond.
Oh, what the
No, it's officer! God damn it! Drop all your stuff. Drop all your stuff. You're dead no matter what.
It's an SCP. It kills you if you say its name. Oh, he's dead now.
That is the worst way to die, and they in fact did not get any free diamonds. So while people were dying left and right to stupid things, we decided to make some food sources for the vacation island. And also, since we were very close to the middle island, a couple other players wanted to take advantage of that and go loot it. So they decided to head there. After literal ages, the Sand Eaters Extreme finally made it to the middle island. However, there were a lot of dangerous SCPs, so they had to be extremely careful. They eventually found an unlooted hospital with a lot of good items, so they decided to loot it. Eventually, a couple of the rock eaters were in the middle island. trying to loot everything they could. Well, that was until they were spotted by the sand eaters. This was bad. They had to run. They were completely outnumbered. They then chased them down, thirsty for blood.
Red.
Oh, they're running. They're running. I say we just run in that base and shoot anybody in there. I don't think there's a lot of people. Oh, I'm getting shot at. What the hell?
In the base.
Break in.
Got him.
They're running.
Eventually, all the rock eaters that were on the SCP island were killed. Now remember when the battalion was sent out after one of the players gained information on their whereabouts? Well, they finally made it to the base, and the person guarding it told their teammates to get back to the base fast.
Golden Knight really needs help.
So the group headed back, preparing for war. Alright, so while all this chaos was happening, our little group decided to maybe head over to where Planes vs. Planes were to discuss some sort of alliance since we were losing players fast. So we took some boats and made the long journey over to the base. They quickly made it back to their island and rushed to their base. When they got there, they secretly snuck up towards where the other team was.
That's them.
Everyone, post people at all sides.
They then approached the base.
What's the shots?
Desert.
They're under.
I can see them, they're out of render distance.
They're here. That is the here.
Go on site. Go. Desert on the other side.
There's so many people. There are so many people.
Yeah, take that.
I killed one.
Run.
One then died, so they all retreated. The base was lost. They needed to retreat to save themselves.
Oh, I'm getting shot at. I'm gapping. Oh, I gapped at the most clutch time. Get on. Somebody quit. They're behind us.
We finally made it over to the Planes vs. Planes island. However, it was turning night, so we had to take things seriously.
He is friend.
Why are you posing for like a selfie?
Oh yeah, hold on. Screeny with the banana?
Anyways, we informed one of the members of the Planes vs. Planes team that we were here and ready to talk. So a member was sent out over to the island to meet us in hopes of coming to an agreement, but it was night, so we chose to play it safe and hide out. Now the people that were not playing it safe for the night was the Sand Eaters Extreme. Instead of running away in fear, they decided to launch a final suicide mission to take back their base, as this was their home and they couldn't leave it. So with the remaining 4 members, they rushed into battle. They were severely outnumbered. This was going to be one hell of a fight.
Oh, I see them.
I'm taking shots. I took heavy shots. Shoot at them. Shoot at them.
Two down.
With now only 2 people left on the team, they decided to give out their base, as it was lost.
They're retreating.
It was not looking good for the Sand Eaters Extreme. It was day 8. Teams were getting killed fast. It seemed like the chance of escaping this wasteland was becoming less likely, day by day. The person sent out to talk was finally here, so we decided to head somewhere that was a little bit more safe to discuss peace. So we had to be serious and not disturb any of the SCPs.
Oh,
okay, no.
Be careful. Hey, he don't bite.
Bro!
Oh, now he does.
Why did you shoot
I didn't
him?
know what it did. Okay, never mind. I guess I decided to shoot one. Yeah, I need to be babysat 24/7.
Don't point your gun at his head.
Alright, so after that moment, we chose to speak some terms of a peace treaty, so they would not attack us.
We all agree that we won't like attack each other on side.
I'm sure they will agree to that, yes.
Official peace treaty.
Unless
They
we
will
attack
agree.
first.
Alright, and it was set. We were now alliance with the Plains vs. Plains team. So with the new alliance we had, it was time to head out of their island, since we didn't want to accidentally cause any bad blood. After the second successful peace treaty, this team was now alliance with the two big teams in the experiment, meaning they would not be attacked by either, so the peace negotiator headed back to the base. This was a successful day. Now since the looters finished looting the Sand Eater's base, they decided to head back to their own with the new loot, so they grabbed their helicopters and headed back. After the peace treaty talk, we wanted to find what was left of the Sand Eaters, and hopefully have them join our team to give us some extra players. It was day 9, and more than half of the players that went into this experiment were now dead. I don't know how they are going to escape. It was now morning, and the Rock Eaters continued their journey trying to find what was left of the Sand Eaters. However, this was very difficult, as there was no clues to where they were. Now these two were very paranoid about the situation, considering there was only 2 of them left. If they were to make the wrong move, their entire team would be extinct. Now the Rock Eaters were getting closer to where the 2 Sand Eaters were. This was gonna be quite interesting. Are those desert?
Oh, there's people at shore. There's people at shore. Go, go, go.
They were very cautious, being they only had 2 people, so they fled farther down the ocean.
Oh, they're following us. Oh, they're stopping at our camp. Good, good, good.
Look at this massive base. The Rock Eaters eventually caught up, and they stopped to talk.
Hello.
No,
No.
I was missing, it's fine.
We have no like bad blood with you guys.
Why do you have a gun behind me then?
You drink
Don't mind him.
monsters.
Oh, you drink monsters? Does that mean you
He said I.
To be fair, he kind of deserves that.
Oh my. And that was it. They both got executed from one person saying something I shouldn't say if I still want a YouTube channel. Anyways, that was it. The entire Sand Eaters Extreme team was dead, and there was only 3 teams left. Things were not looking good. After graciously pumping 6 pounds of lead into these 2 poor people, we decided to loot their bodies for a lot of free stuff. After looting everything these players had, we now decided that it would be the best idea to go over to the Bear Trap Insurgency Island. So we took our boats and silently made it there. This team was still playing it safe inside the base, and they actually had the most amount of players, so it was looking good for this team. But little did they know, the player that they trusted has been inside this entire time, had something planned the entire experiment. They didn't know what was coming. We finally arrived at the Bear Trap Insurgency Island. We had to be careful, as we didn't know where their base was. If we alerted one of them, it could be all over.
There's gunfire. There's guns being shot down there.
Oh yeah, I see. The campfires. We eventually spotted their base. There were some campfires going, meaning there were some people inside.
Be careful of an ambush.
I'm always slowly going down this waterfall.
Damn.
Oh, run away! Oh,
He did not just do
pick up
that.
his stuff, pick up his stuff.
They're all there.
Yo, look at the mountain of dead people. They soon spotted us. Our cover was blown. However, they didn't start shooting immediately, so one of our teammates went down to go speak with them.
So,
Wait, there's a player there.
Wait, there's a player?
There's a player there outside.
I come in peace.
Let me.
Oh, so the remainder of my team, I think they're kind of close to here. I'm not entirely sure though.
Once we got the all clear that they weren't going to kill us, we went down slowly. However, I still did not trust them one bit. It was day 10, and the teams were left in chaos. Most people were dead, and there were only about 30 people left. If these teams don't come to an agreement, I'm not sure if they will ever have a chance to escape.
There's 2 people pointing guns at us.
Oh, they're on the watchtower. And I ended up saying one of the most stupid things I could ever possibly say. You want to just go murder planes? Yeah, I said, let's go kill planes team. And guess what? They're secretly alliance with them, so I caused a little bit of controversy. Hey, whoa. I was soon bear trapped. I had to act fast. I was not going to let myself die to another one of these things. This would be the most embarrassing thing ever. I got this.
Whoa, I don't have food. I don't have food.
Bear trap, no, don't die to the bear trap.
Oh my.
And it caused absolute mayhem. Soon they opened fire on my murderer, killing him fast. And then this caused the entire team to open fire. We were completely outnumbered. Soon there was only a couple left, but they were putting massive pressure, making him unable to escape. Things did not look good. Now when this all went down, the player that was trusted on the inside and was helping this team turned and took their chance to assassinate the leader.
There goes world peace, mother.
Things were now in complete chaos. The chances of anyone escaping this island was now close to none. Now he was being bombarded with bullets, and an entire team was running up on him.
Stratus, I'm making you a tunnel.
His teammates tried to save him, but it was too late. Now there was only one left, only a couple blocks separating them. He had to be careful.
Okay, they bridged into the mountain. It sounds like they bridged into the mountain. Dude, they came so armed. What is this? Okay, I can't trust anyone anymore. I'm killing anyone I see.
Stop. We can talk about this.
And then all of us were slaughtered. There was no one left. Now when I died, the Forsaken souls were very sad.
Did Gloomless die?
He died to a bear trap.
So they then decided to make a grave for my heroic death.
Bring the back to Batman. No! No.
The Forsaken souls were now on their own. After the massive amount of people dead, they thought it would be the best idea to discuss some sort of peace. Considering they had a planned assassination on their leader, this was quite a difficult term to discuss. They didn't know who they could trust.
He was probably sent by Blue to kill us.
Like, as soon as you talk in person, they're just gonna shoot you, like the other guy.
Yeah, we have to meet. It's
We have to meet.
content, guys.
Alright, everyone, we're moving out, come on.
After a long and diplomatic discussion, they decided to host a peace meeting in this hospital. They thought that even though there was a lot of betrayals, the main goal was to escape this place. And the best possibility to do that was to align to the other teams and work together to take this SCP God down. So they set up a meeting place and plans of meeting each other there. Now after the bear trap insurgency killed and looted all of our dead corpses, they started to head over to the peace building. However, no one really knew their intentions. This could end very badly. It was now day 11. It was time to hopefully forget about all the conflict before and work together to destroy this SCP God and finally escape this wasteland. Soon people started to arrive at the hospital, and then they decided to sit on the roof, killing any SCPs that come close, while they waited for the rest to arrive. Everyone was now making their way slowly to the middle island to talk about peace. It was now day 12, and everyone was very close to the peace place. The end was here. This could go very well or go badly, and ruin everyone's chances of leaving this place. Soon everyone arrived at the peace place, and were now ready to hopefully come down to a peace agreement. Anything could happen, so they had to be cautious.
Only 3 teams?
Yeah, something happened to them.
We totally didn't murder them.
Imagine throwing like 5 grenades here.
This is your God speaking. So are you guys universally saying yes as a peace treaty?
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We just wanted confirmation.
Let's go.
We can finally shoot each other.
So they all decided to work past their differences and conflicts to work together to defeat this SCP God and escape this wasteland together as a team. So they got looted up and prepared for battle. It soon was nightfall, and they were ready to attack. They got together and rushed into battle. They were fearless. The SCP God stared them down and summoned his bodyguards. Then the SCP God struck powerful lightning down on everyone, lighting them aflame. This was looking to be a lot harder than they thought. The numbers were dwindling, and people were dying left and right. If they wanted to survive, they had to kill this SCP God fast. So they all pumped the SCP with hundreds of bullets, yet he was still not dead. Eventually the SCP God was slain, and everyone cheered with joy. The way out was now free to enter. So with the SCPs on their tail, they rushed into the portal before they were killed. What was waiting on the other side of this portal was their freedom. When they walked through, they were met with paradise. Everything they ever wanted was here. So I tried to lead as much people into the shack as possible and trap them inside the shack of fun, where they could have lots of drugs, alcohol, and little jelly things. So yeah, this was quite the party.
No!
And the players live happily ever after in this paradise, never having to worry about killing or any SCPs ever again. Oh, and also they can't escape this place at all. They are stuck here forever, until they decide they don't want to live anymore. So I guess this is really not paradise. You guys have all been tricked. Have fun in this place for eternity. Alright, so thank you for watching the video. If you want to join in on some future events like this, make sure to join the Discord server, link in the description. And finally, here are the awards given out to certain players and the teams in this experiment.